Well, I had no choice.
You chose not to tell me.
I couldn't. It wasn't your burden to bear.
But I did bear it, didn't I? I just didn't know what it was. I thought.
You thought I loved him.
If you make your choices alone, how can I trust you?
You can't.
Orlando Bloom, I just want to say,
It's a moody Will Turner.
don't have her kids, have mine.
I know.
Have my kids, not hers. All right,
We're still
so
trying to figure out how I'm actually going to have kids.
I don't know yet, but someone is going to figure it out for
Right,
us.
I know.
It's the 21st century, for crying out loud. What is the deal with, there's like a battle scene that took 4 months
Yeah, I mean,
to shoot?
we were shooting actually down in Palmdale for about 4 months in a giant warehouse, which was one big rain machine, actually. It was kind of hard, a lot of chafing. Wet costumes are very uncomfortable.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. It's a lot of work for a movie like that.
It
It's a
is
whole lot of work.
actually, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about, because you said you went to Antarctica, and I can imagine how gorgeous and also educational that is.
Yeah, it was
All right,
massively.
so look at you with
Oh,
penguins.
look at that, yeah.
Now, how cold was it?
It was very cold, about minus 20.
Minus
15,
20?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a bunch of, I went with, on a science exposition boat, but it turns out that it was basically a vacation boat for a bunch of guys for Goodreach tires. So it was interesting. I had a great time because I ended up climbing a mountain and snowboarding down it. I ended up like scuba diving in Antarctica, which is kind of weird, in a dry suit, but it's freezing, you know. I mean, obviously, like, I just came out, my hands were frozen. It was just awful, but, hello?
But that was...
But it was an amazing experience, and you know the thing about seeing and being in Antarctica is that it's these giant icebergs which are 3 times bigger below the water than they are above, and they just feel like dinosaurs. You know, it's really tragic because it feels so fragile. It just feels like I'm seeing it now, and next year you know it's going to be very different. And
Yeah,
the year after, 10 years from now, it's
amazing rate. I mean, every year it just goes down more and more and more.
Yeah, but the thing about the environment that frustrates me is that it always seems like doom and gloom. You know, it's like you can be somebody who drives an SUV, but you can still use energy-efficient light bulbs or make a difference in other areas. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't have to be all or nothing, because it's that thing of like, oh, I'm not environmentally friendly because I drive an SUV, so therefore, because that makes me feel safe, but so therefore I'm just going to keep living how I am and put my head in a box and forget about it. Actually, no, just, okay, drive your SUV, maybe make a donation to like a wind farm or something, or, you know, or offset it by doing that, or use energy-efficient light bulbs, or, you know...
Plant trees.
You know, it's like it doesn't have to be all or nothing, and that's the thing that I keep coming back to, because, you know...
It's hard to live all the way on the other side, but it really is. But I agree. Sure. Little things that we do are going to make a huge difference.
Well, eventually it will change, because it's going to have to, so...
Yeah.
You know,
like you said, water is going to be a huge expense.
It's going to be more expensive than oil, you know. I mean, it's going to be massive.
It's crazy to think that. Crazy, because these water bottles that we're just throwing away and drinking and acting like there's nothing wrong, one day we're going to look back on that. It's crazy.
Use a filter, yeah.
All right, well, I adore you, and we'll figure out how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End opens in a theater this Friday. We'll be right back. Don't go away.